Alright everyone, welcome to another fishing adventure. Just going for a bit of a hike along the coast here. Brought my backpack full of all my fishing gear and a bit of camping gear for the night, cooking gear for dinner. Found myself a pretty cool spot right here, I mean check that. Anyway, let's get some burley in the water, let's get the fishing gear set up. We'll start casting, see what shows up. The mozzies are absolutely shocking here at the moment. I do have some long pants, I might put them on in a sec. My burley is literally just pilchards. That's all I ever use really. Except for sometimes I might collect a few crabs and use them too. Other than that, it's always just pilchards. Ready to go. I've brought the medium setup, which is a 10k Cert 8, 50 pound Tasline on the reel on a Genesis PE5 rod. And I've got a plucky there that I'm going to throw initially. This will become my bait setup if I need it, but hopefully I can just catch fish on lures. And I'm very keen to get away from there and down there and maybe into some breeze because the mozzies are disgusting here. And I also have brought the light setup, which is 4k Cert 8, 20 pound Tasline on the reel on a PE 1 to 2 Dreamcast rod. I've got a little placky on there that I might flick, otherwise I've got some metal slicers to catch herring and stuff like that. But let's get down there, let's start casting, try get something, and I don't think I'm going to hang around here if I get some fish. I want to bail from this spot because there's so many mozzies here. There is a lot of structure here. I'm just going to put a bit of scent on. I'm not super convinced whether or not it works or not, but I'm going to throw some on. Oh, leather jackets. All right, I'll go put another plastic on for a bit, a few more casts, and then maybe I'll collect some crabs and bait. Yeah, wow, look at that. It is getting torn to shreds. I'm gonna give it one more cast, and then I'm gonna collect some bait if I can, because the leather jackets seem to be bad. Oh, what was that? Alright, looking at that, I'm going to say let's go make a bait rig and catch some bait, because that's ridiculous. That's leather jackets destroying that. Rigging up a crab. I've shown this a few times. Got my circle hook. It doesn't have to be a circle hook. You can use a J hook. In through a crab leg socket. Back out. Almost through a crab leg socket that came out near the claw. And then I just like to get it and punch it through a leg and leave it poking out. I'm just going to go right here in front of that rock. I reckon there'll be a big groper sitting under that rock, or maybe even something else would be nice. There's a whole bunch of herring around. I might try catch them soon. I'm tempted to like, oh, maybe I need to put a jumper on. It's warm though, I don't want a jumper on. But these mozzies on my back are going to do my head in soon. I'm just going to get my down jacket out and put it on over the top. Keep these mozzies off my back. Anything to keep them off me at the moment. a decent fish. I was stuck for a second there, so it might not be that big. What is it? Oh, it's a weira. Unfortunately, these guys are absolutely terrible eating. They look like they would be good eating. They look like a breaksea cod. Well, they do and they don't. But they're no good. They're a bit tough and chewy and not very tasty. And it just made it, the wave receded as I chucked it. I wonder what size groper I'm gonna end up catching when I hook one. What's this? Not very big, actually. What is it? Oh, breaksea cod, yes! On a bit of crab. Beautiful. Well, I'm gonna keep that to eat. There we go, first fish that is worth keeping for today. Just a nice sized breaksea cod. I rate them, it's one of the best eating fish on the south coast here. I wish they got a bit bigger, although they do get bigger, especially out of the boat. But nothing ginormous. Anyway, I'm gonna dispatch, put it to the side, we'll keep casting, see if we can pick up something else. Alright, last bait, and then I'm going to try catch a few hezzers. Small groper, I think. Yep. There's a nice size one. Probably just the sort I want. There we go. Gee, he didn't fight much. Don't know if he knew what was going on. I just copped this access swivel tore into my hand just then. There and there. Ouch. Don't recommend. Just nailed a nice size western blue groper. This is quite a small one really, probably barely over 5 kilo, and just icky-jimmied it. I'm going to blade it now, throw it to the side, take it to be dinner, and I need a bandage up my hand because as I was carrying it up the rocks, the access swivel, like this here, that part there, sorry, there's not much blood, but it's a bit sore, so I'm just going to tape it up so hopefully it doesn't get all manky. And the sun's out, the sun is in and out and in and out. Anyway, bleed, put to the side, probably catch some herring now. That was literally my last crab bait as well. How's the timing of that? Alright, so I'm just going to flick around the little setup for a bit, taped up my fingers. What is that? I think that is a southern Maori wrasse. They're a cool looking fish. I don't really want to catch one. I mean, I got breaksea cod or groper for dinner, which I'll fillet before we leave here. Oh, what's that? Oh, western rock blackfish. There we go. These things fight surprisingly hard, like a little snapper. And you can eat them, but I've caught better fish. Oh, leather jackets have been destroying my plastic. All right, we're going to go get the metal lure. I'm just going to throw this. That access swivel is way too big for what I'm chucking. It will add some extra weight. One on. Quite small. Small hezzer. What's this? Oh yeah. That's a Western King Wrasse, I think. These make alright bait, but I'm just gonna let it go if it'll hold still for a split second. Oh, geez, she's going so nuts. There we go. Just sorted the burley out and put a cast in and hooked up first cast. Once we get about 3 herring, I'm going to try a fish with bait, and then I think after that I might just move. Number one. Caught a few herring. I'm going to chop up some baits, put them on. I've also got my fish. The groper is up in the shade there. My not harlequin, my breaksea cod is in the cooler bag, and I will go fillet them in a little while. So I'm going to fillet both fish quickly, and it has just started sprinkling actually. I hope it doesn't rain too much, but yeah, fillet the fish and we're going to move on. Can't believe the amount of flies and bugs around at the moment, eh? It's been quite a wet winter, perhaps that's why. I'm ready to get out of here. Just got a whole pot of dolphins coming through actually. I've just packed my camera away. Coming through real close. But yeah, I'm going to move on. I'm going to have a quick look at these dolphins though. I'm going to hike on and find somewhere to camp. The wind is in now, although it's kind of nice having a bit of wind. It's keeping the mozzies away a bit. All right, I've been walking back and forth up and down the coast for a while. Not back and forth, all along. This is my end point. I cannot find a single good flat spot at the moment down here. Maybe one or two very close to the water, too close to the water, especially considering that the swell is going to come up overnight. So I'm going to hike up into the bush. I know there are some flat spots back up on the hill a bit. We might go up there, and it's going to be windy as anything and rough tomorrow, so I'm probably not even going to fish tomorrow anyway. It's probably the only flat spot I found, but I reckon it's going to get washed by waves overnight, so I'm definitely not setting up there. Yeah, this would be ideal. I just don't trust it not to get swamped. Alright, I'm going to get a nice little fire going here and we'll cook up a feed. Not sure what I'm going to do for camping tonight. I might just car camp. Cook up a good meal anyway, regardless of groper and maybe some breaksea cod. Got a bag of panko breadcrumbs here, throwing in some groper and 2 bits of breaksea cod just here. 2 bits of breaksea cod, there's another piece of groper. Done. Gonna chuck a bit of that on for some seasoning. Oh, too hot. Too damn hot. Left it for too long there. That's some groper. And a bit more groper. And that's a piece of breaksea cod. Alright, dinner's sorted. I'm a little disappointed I didn't get to set my tent up today. The car's just here. There's a good wrap. A little bit crispy in places. Nothing beats some fresh fish that you've just caught, cooked over the fire, with a bit of greenery to go with it. Got enough fish in the fry pan to make another wrap, so I'm going to throw another one on in a sec. And that is mission complete. The weather has turned to crap. It's blowing an absolute gale at the moment, and I couldn't even find a spot to pitch my tent, unfortunately, so I've come back up around where the car is, and I'll probably just roll the swag out, get some sleep, and then drive on. Tomorrow is going to be really windy. Got plenty of fish to take home. That groper fought like a lump of seaweed. It was absolutely pathetic, to be honest. I really expected a lot more from one that size on the 50-pound setup. Should have put up a bit of a fight, but every fish is so different. So anyway, sun has just set. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next mission. Not sure what we're going to do next time. I never know, because the weather doesn't follow a schedule.